Everyone, welcome to a special on-location edition of the Garden State HS Wrestling Podcast Near Fall. Donald J. Brower reporting live from Franklin High School. Well, live to tape, but I'm here live watching all the group championships for the area. We're in the middle of the second session, where we're going to have interviews with everybody coming up, matchups with the winners. We've had some surprises so far, but before we get to the future, we got to get to the past. Dan Warnerkoff, champion athletes. This is a man who will help you get better. You need to put the good fuel in the body to make it to tournaments like this. Dan is the man, championathletes.com. Now, we had a couple of notable situations with the top 10. Nothing crazy, nothing as far as that changes anything. So it's pretty much the same top 10. I think the only difference is we had an extra loss in Del Barton, who lost a really close match in the non-public A North finals. They went to 10th criteria, which is most first near fall points. Criteria J. That is ridiculous and an instant classic. No one should be ashamed of that match. So that was one of our big matchups. Another thing we have this week, our wrestler of the week. This wrestler of the week is Danny Hawes from Lenape Valley. Won his 100th win over the past week. Congratulations, Danny. Now go get some of those ears drained. I follow his dad on Facebook. He's been having a problem with his cauliflower ear. They're draining it, but get ready for the upcoming district and sectionals. But we talked about getting some reactions from some winners. Here's my audio conversation and interview with the winner of non-public B, Mark Piotrowsky from Pope John, who had a great run this year with this team. Let's head to that interview right now. I'm here with head coach Piotrowsky from Pope John. Just congratulations on this season. Talk about this squad and just kind of how they've come together and been on a roll heading towards the end of the season.
Yeah, so our team, we were a little banged up throughout the season. I still don't think we've had our full team wrestle together in one dual meet. So we always really push. We want to start peaking. We want to peak at the end of the year. We don't want to peak in January. We want to have our best wrestling end of February going into March for the this tournament, the team states and the individual district region state tournament.
Now, I know you didn't, like you said, didn't have your full team. Some of those guys in the backups, just kind of talk about how they stepped in and filled the hole. Because when you go in there, you have the really good guys. Who, I know Stoll's been hurt a little bit. I know some other guys. To have those backups be able to step in, a lot of schools don't have that where they have somebody like next man up mentality. Just how you coached up the squad.
Yeah, so we were down Justin Holly for the last couple matches, and Spencer Stewart was one of those guys you're talking about. He stepped up. Last two matches, he wrestled. Who was either the second or third best kid on whichever team, and he went out and he came back after 6 minutes. He gave up a tech fall on Friday and just a major decision today, and that's huge. That was huge for us in terms of our team goals. And then kids like Joe Rudzinski came in. He's wrestling one of the brothers, and a close match, loses in overtime. Like that on paper, Joey's not even supposed to be in that match. To go in and almost win and lose in overtime was huge.
Yeah, limiting those bonus points. And I know that kind of helped you guys get in because you got down real quick here with RBC, but then you guys go on a quick run, start pinning away, cut the deficit. Just talk about the motivation, because sometimes I know a lot of these kids, they get there and they see the lead kind of get a little higher for the other team. You kept your team motivated to go out there and do what they needed to do. Talk about that and what you preached them all year.
Yeah, so we have some great, senior leadership, some great upperclassmen. We got a pin from Colin that kind of broke the first group of losses, and then we lost a couple more in a row, and we had Stoll step up with a big pin, and then just coming down below, we got upperclassmen like Jason Athey, Henschel, Jack Nauta. These are all guys, they're battle tested, they've been in a lot of matches, and I think they're really turning that corner to be able to not just be in those close matches, but now win with authority.
Finally, on a personal note, you come in this year, I know you coached a couple years ago, you come in, you fill in the situation. How does it feel with this squad? Because I know we talked at the beginning at my preview, you didn't really know a lot of the guys because there were a lot of younger guys who had been away. How does it feel to win with these guys?
It feels awesome. I mean, the seniors, they were freshmen when the last year that I coached. So I still had, I felt bad leaving when I did, but there were, job reasons why I had to. But to really have the opportunity to come back and take them to this type of a venue and win is huge. I mean, I've been down here with teams where we had 3 state champs and on the team, and we lost in the group state finals. To come down here with this group of kids and win is really, it means a lot.
Thank you so much, and good luck next week in individual stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. We go from one matchup that should have happened last week to their opponent. Phillipsburg takes Group 5 after stunning Southern on Friday. And coming up here, great win for them. I got a chance to catch up with their head coach, and this is what he had to say. Congratulations on a big win. Just kind of talk about this team and just what they did this year with ups and downs and the roller coaster season you had.
So I've said it from June when we started. We came into a season, obviously dealing with adversity from the beginning. And for me, it was all about the kids. It was all about making sure that they have fun and they get better every day. And that was what I preached. We as a staff preached every day. And they did that. We point to the Warren Hills match as like a turning point. But for me, and I told them, we just weren't there yet. We were 3 weeks into our training. We were, and I think that was a little bit of a wake-up call for them. And then they just kept getting better every day. And, I woke up this morning and I had absolutely no doubt in my mind that we were going to come out and be better again today, because I had no reason not to think that, right? We go down to Southern and we wrestled a fantastic match. I'm like, at practice yesterday, what's the attitude going to be like? And they came in happy, having fun, ready to, roll around and get better again. And I knew right there, boom, we're going to be able to take care of business. All respect to Hal, they're a really good wrestling team. But we just came out and we just took it to them, from the beginning, and we went one match, build confidence, and one after the other, and you go out, after your teammates wrestle the way that they do, and you just have all the confidence in the world. And that's been a big thing for us all year.
Now, like you said, you guys started with adversity. You get through, you win the HWS, like it was the up and down.
Right.
With a lot of these kids and just some of the young guys that I think a lot of people don't realize that, stepped in the key roles for you and helped fill in. Just talk about some of those young guys. And you want to talk about experience. They make a state championship run in their underclassmen years, just those guys and how they help fill your life.
Right. So, we're obviously a huge group of seniors, right? We have 14 seniors this year. And we preach from the beginning that, as good and as talented as they all are, the one thing that they didn't have on their trophy shelf was a group state championship. So we made sure that those kids were motivated for that. And then you throw in, two fantastic freshmen, 2 fantastic sophomores, 3 fantastic juniors, and it just filled in, and the kids kept getting better and better and better. And you turn, thank you, coach, thank you, good luck. You turn, freshmen who, came in with pedigree. It wasn't like we didn't expect them to be good, but you talk about Gavin Hawk and Luke Galetta having nearly 30 wins as freshmen. Wrestling our schedule, our tournaments at the beginning of the season, and they just kept getting better. And it's a combination of obviously the experience that we had that could then lead those group of young kids to show them what it takes. And the work ethic that it takes, and the grinding and every day at practice, and all the little things that the seniors have experience doing, they were able to just watch, and they had all the wrestling stuff already in their bag. They just had to, this is high school now, let's see what it's about. And they started from the beginning of the year, right? Started at Kingdom Mountain and started at Bethlehem Holiday, where those kids went out and, placed at those tournaments. So they start the year with all that confidence, and then it just builds and builds and builds.
It's always one of those good things, especially when you have such a great senior class with some of the young guys, to be able to kind of see that, because people don't understand how different it is from like a middle. They just think it's wrestling.
Yes.
And they don't understand the different path you take, to the different levels in high school. And for them to hit the ground running and win a group championship, I'm sure they're looking to add some more in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now we'll next year, but this is last week started Monday. I said it's medal season, right? So now we went and got our team medal. Now we got to go see how many individual medals we can get, and that's something that I've been talking about since the beginning of the year too. Focusing on wrestling in their positions where they want to be, because now at this time of the season, now starting tomorrow or Tuesday probably, starting on Tuesday, it's all about them. right? And more so than it's been to this point. So it's whatever they need, it's wherever they want to be, it's wherever they want to wrestle. And that gives them confidence, obviously, in dual meet situations too, where, they're not forced into positions they don't necessarily want to wrestle in. And that's, that kind of my wrestling philosophy, and they've adopted it. So, it's just been a blast.
Now, final question. I'm going to put you on the spot.
It's okay.
I'm a New Jersey Wrestling Writers Association poll member.
Okay.
Do you consider yourself the top public school team in the state right now?
Yes. Okay. Absolutely. All respect to Warren Hills, obviously. They beat us in January, but we're not even close to the same team we were in January. And we proved it. We beat Southern, we beat Howe, we beat Livingston. We beat all the teams that won groups titles here today. So yeah, I do. Absolutely. You go find somebody that doesn't think we are after putting up 50 points in the Group 5 state championship.
I definitely think you guys are. Congratulations, Coach. Enjoyed this.
Thank you. I will.
Thanks for taking the time, Coach. Big win for that program. Kind of opened some eyes. They've been wrestling without a full lineup. I'm really excited to see how they do in upcoming states with some of those kids making it back. Now, another group that's just been wrestling as a complete team is Del Valle, who came down here. We watched them a couple weeks ago get smoked by a Warren Hills team. They wound up rebounding from that, and their head coach really liked where they were at heading into this weekend. And that's the Group 1 champions, Del Valle, and their head coach, Andy Fitz. I got a chance to catch up with him after their win. Let's go to that right now. I'm here with head coach Andy Fitz after winning the group championship for Del Valle, another one. Talk about this team. I know how happy you are right now. Just talk about this squad this year.
It was a young team. I thought at the beginning of the year, we're only starting a couple seniors, and they bought in right away. We started getting our sea legs a little bit in mid-January, but it wasn't being reflected on the scoreboard because our schedule was so tough. North Hunterdon, Warren Hills, Central, it goes on and on. But I could sense that we were getting better and better and better. And, we hit this week just with the ground running. Kids did everything we asked. We got beat. I tell them the story. We got beat 57-3 to Warren Hills last Tuesday, and I had 20 kids. So we do a lot of morning running. 20 kids showed up for morning running the next morning. It's like, the chemistry's great on this team. We're doing great. So all of our attention was focused on Paulsboro, which we wanted an epic dual meet. So yesterday's practice was all about Kittatinny. So basically, thank you. So basically, I had a bunch of iPads and a bunch of computers, and the kids' assignments were get a little run in, get a little free roll in, and sit down with an assistant coach and figure out what you can do better to improve your match. Because we were fortunate enough to have wrestled Kittatinny. We also saw them in Hunterdon and Sussex, and virtually every kid that took the mat did something. Even a guy like Chris Colliser, who didn't get his hand raised, he lost 9-3 last time. This time he only lost by a point. Braden Snyder reversed the decision. He lost last time. He won this time. We won 165 where we lost last time. We just were on a roll. It went great.
Now, you've wrestled Kittatinny in the regular season the last few years as a part of a great dual meet. You lose to them by 1 point this year at their place. Talk about that. Just kind of, did that factor in? Because you've seen them, so you have a little, idea. It's not like a random thing.
The whole goal of last year was find the missing point. In fact, we started talking about that as soon as we got home. So let's find the missing point. We got to keep working. We got to figure out, who's going to find that missing point. And it turned out virtually the whole team found the missing point here. And we were able to forfeit to one or two other good guys in the end. We have a couple kids banged up, but we're going to enjoy this. Who knows what the events today are going to bring us. We've got the Super Bowl ahead of us, so it's a new obstacle in our celebration here. But we'll figure it out, have fun, start looking at districts at some point.
Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, let's head to the interview I did with the Group 4 champion, Mount Olive, a team I've been covering for years, and have been hearing how good their upcoming classes were, and it finally delivered on the mat for them. I caught up with their head coach, Sean Smythe. Let's head to that interview right now. Catch your breath. I just want to get your thoughts on this. I know it was a big win. Just talk about how you're feeling right now.
No, I feel great. I'm more happy for the kids that their hard work has paid off. They put a lot of time, a lot of effort into the off season and over the years, and now they see why their hard work, where it paid off, was here today. So it's a fantastic day.
So you go over, you have Moscatello there. You're tied going into this. What do you say to them as you're ready to go out?
I kept everything exactly the same. I'm a creature of habit. I don't like to change things. I told him, hey, let's go out there. Let's wrestle for the win. Then we'll wrestle for the bonus after that. And that's exactly what he did. He wrestled very smart. He got his takedown, and he just grinded it out during the match, and he was able to secure the takedown, and he went out there and he won the match. He won the match. I mean, come on. It's Moscatello. So
now, as the time's counting down, I see that all the coaches, they're super excited. You guys put in so many hours getting these kids ready, doing stuff. It wasn't the easiest season for you because we know there was a couple start-stops with everything. To keep this team grinding, just talk about your assistant coaches, because I know they put in a ton of work with you as well.
I firmly believe I have some of the greatest guys in the sport of wrestling coaching for me. And it makes my job easier that I can lean on them and talk to them and bounce ideas off them. And my guys put the time in, and not only put the time in, is they're passionate about it, and they truly want to be here. They truly want to make Mount Olive one of the premier programs in the state, and I think they've done that. So as long as I keep these guys together here, I don't think we're going anywhere for a while. I'm very blessed.
Now, we've talked about this in the past. I know you'd always said you had a group coming through, and even talked to some of the other guys. This was the year, especially going through with everything.
Right. I've
asked other teams today, and I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you think you're the number one public team in the state of New Jersey?
Yes, hands down. Absolutely. We went out there, and I think we proved it today. I mean, we got stronger as the season went on. So, absolutely, I feel as though that we can compete with anyone in the state. Absolutely. Public schools.
Congratulations, Scott. Just give me your thoughts on this match. I know you guys bumped up a little bit. You saw the score. It was a little back and forth. What were your thoughts going out there knowing that literally you win and you guys win a group championship?
So Coach Ryerson came up to me before Cummings' match. He's like, all we got to do if Cummings gets packed, all we have to do is win 3 and bonus 2. So once the two Beanises did their thing and pinned their kids. Took a lot of pressure off of me, so they were a big help. All I had to do was win, and that's what I do. So I just go there and did my thing and took it home.
Anthony, talk to me really about the last 2 weeks here with this team and really where it got to this point.
Well, it's been a lot. My grandfather died like 2 weeks ago, so I had to go back and forth between Maryland to be with my grandma and my family. So it's been a lot. I wasn't able to go to practice yesterday, so I had to go like early in the morning. So I had his service. It's been a lot. I've just been doing it for him, doing it for the team, and yeah, just stay strong. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
That emotion gets you over the top there, you feel?
Yeah, his brother, Uncle John, loved wrestling. He was the old coach at Howell, and he's the one who keeps me. He always gives me little summaries about my matches of the week, and he sounds just like Pops. He reminds me of him. And my Pops didn't know much about wrestling, but the only thing he said was like my favorite hold's the cradle. No one calls it a hold, but I just kept replaying in my head. I didn't hit one, but I still won. I mean, that's all that really matters. So I just thought of him and did it for him. I hope he sees it.
Now talk about this year you guys had. Everybody had high expectations coming in. We had heard for years, Mount Olive's coming, Mount Olive's coming. Mount Olive's a ride. Just talk about how it feels to be the group champion after so long.
It's awesome. Since I came up freshman year, this is the group that was going to do it. We've been talking about this for a while. At the beginning of this season, we knew our goals, we knew what we had to do, we just had to perform. And that's been the mindset, is just performing, doing what we do. We don't have to do anything extra. Just do what we normally do, and we're going to win. We're going to win a lot, and that's what we did. We did what we do.
Anthony, Coach put you in some real tough matches throughout the season, really prepped you guys for this moment. You had Del Barton, you went out to Super 32, I think.
Escape the Rock.
Really, that prepared you out, you feel, for this
Yeah, he wants us to get us every scenario possible. Tough duels, with rowdy environment, long tournaments, everything. He prepared us really well. He got us the matches we needed. Everyone on the team, this is nothing. They're ready for this. This is just another duel.
Congrats. Thanks.
Thank you. Finally, talk to me about that last match. I don't know if you got a chance to realize it. Every eye was on you guys. It was almost like a state final. And to go out there, how do you perform so well under the pressure? Because I know talking to your dad and your uncle, the coach Jefferson, just kind of how you stay just so calm when other people let it bother you.
Well, ever since I was wrestling when I was young, the big thing was composure. I would get beat up when I was a young fat kid. I get beat up all the time. All you do is you don't start crying and flailing. You just keep your composure. And that's what my dad tells me to do before every match, in which I do it. And then you get the results you want when you keep your composure. So I'm just used to it. It's just something I do automatically, and I don't even think about it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, coaches. Congratulations to all the winners here. I had fun down here, Franklin. Great facility. Wi-Fi's not that great, but overall, wonderful facility. Got closer to home on a Super Bowl Sunday than heading all the way down to Tom's River. But everybody enjoyed this week. We're going to be having our previews once we get up. We're going to do a special podcast later this week. Once we get the districts, I'm going to give my district predictions. I'm going to give all my guys I think are going to make it to region, as well as that. We'll have that up later in the week. But for my special on-location podcast from the team championships in Franklin, New Jersey, at Franklin High School in Somerset, New Jersey, Donald J. Brower reporting.